Welcome back to another reaction to One Piece chapter 1154, I Can't Even Die. 63 years ago, Elbaf's passed. Lord Jarl! Jarl, the oldest man in the present day, lost his partner. Cascade Beard Jarl was struck down dead by the hands of a certain young girl. Her name was Charlotte Linlin, a mere human, yet she left a large part of the giant village in ruins. We see the burning flames on Elbaf and Linlin there, wanting to eat everything. She would later go on to become an emperor, earning the epithet Big Mom. That same year, Elbaf faced a string of tragedies. It was a calamity after calamity. Sudden fires, windstorms, and bitter cold waves devastating the crops. The abnormal weather also brought fishing to a halt. This once magnificent land had fallen into famine. And then we have the evil, wicked witch of Elbaf, as whatever her name is, doesn't even matter at this point.
Now do you see that this is all that child's doing? This land was cursed because you all failed to kill it immediately.
No, it's surely just a coincidence, Queen. And then she's like, stares evilly. We hear a crash, and then we see Loki like knocking, basically breaking like a chair of his. Oh, he's staring at me! It's Loki.
Take it away. Don't ever let that monster near me again.
And then the baby obviously is just crying tears. Prince Loki, you have to keep away from your mother's room. And then she's just like, gouge out those monstrous eyes. If left unchecked, his curse will grow till it brings about the nation's collapse. The baby absolutely just crying. We cut back outside of Elbaf. The child. Oh, okay, no, we can't just cut back. It is clear from the last chapter that she has just been making Estrid. That's her name. Estrid has just been making this like thing up, right? There's no fortune teller. There's no nothing, because the time that we hear her talk about, oh hey, there is a fortune or there is a great calamity, Loki's going to bring us a great calamity or whatever, is right like after she finds out about her son, right? There is literally no setup to like, oh, you know, like it would be different if Estrid was like, oh yes, my son, they say that he's going to bring a great calamity, but I don't think so. And then she sees her child, then she freaks out, and then she says all these things, right? That's not what happened in the chapter. What happened in the chapter was she saw her child, she's like, kill this thing. This thing's a monster. Throws him off into the underworld. He starts to climb back up, and then we cut to her like a few weeks or months later where she's really sick in bed, and then she's like, this is all Loki's doing. Loki's the one causing this calamity here, and he's going to keep causing more. And so now, as more bad things are happening, as the guard says, well, I think this is just a coincidence, she's like, no, it's real, bro. So that's how I feel, is that she is just making this shit up, and she has not only, because she doesn't want anything good to happen to Loki, so that's why she's making all this stuff up. Man, it's so annoying. We cut back. The children are crying outside of Elbaf because of the famine. I'm hungry. Sorry, sweetie. That was the last bit of bread we had. You're going reaving? We could easily steal what we need from the humans. Ain't that how it's always been in Elbaf's history? Don't be ridiculous. A senseless raid on them would bring a shame on Elbaf. That's the law of the land now. So now all the giants are fighting with each other, trying to figure out what they need to do. Those bastards from the Hunter village are attacking again. What are they? It seems they hit other villages too. Quick, arm yourselves. Don't let them loot the village. Internal giant struggles weren't unheard of during desperate times, but these incidences only resulted in making the period more severe and bloody. The country was engulfed in chaos and misery. Once again, cut back to Dory and Broggy. Wait, hold on a second. Harrodin's young. Tori and Bragi were the same age as Big Boy, as Harold. So that means that they're like on Little Garden fighting each other while like everyone is just having a miserable time on Elbaf. The country was engulfed in chaos and misery. I heard a rumor about the princeling born in the castle. He is cursed. And the bitterness festered as spirits broke. Hey, wait! We see a young Harrodin. Hey, Harrodin! Your brother doomed this country with this curse! As his older brother, you'll take responsibility as sacrifice. Now we start to understand why Harrodin hates Loki so much, is because now everyone is putting the blame on him. Oh, hell yes, dude. So we got Ida going, what are you talking about? Don't you know my son's a cutie who's gonna be the world's longest living man? Can it, Ida? You're nothing but an outsider who seduced Harold. Go to hell. I love this country, Ida's shouting as this guy's about to whack her. Don't lay a finger on Mom. And then Harrodin's like, I'm gonna flatten you. King Harold. Harold comes in to save the day. Harrodin is crying. Ida runs to Harold. King Harold. Brothers, you must not fight amongst each other. The king. Word reaches me about Loki's birth and the recent famine. I was building a rapport with various nations. When the news came, our allies acted without hesitation. They loaded tons of food and supplies to be shipped here. Humans may be small in stature, but not will. Our allied nations came together to ensure that we got enough to truly fill and satiate our giant bellies. We will graciously accept aid. Harold! And then we have all of these ships from all of these different places coming, bringing food for the giants of Elbaf. Harold, how are we supposed to dock on the island? It's as big as you expect. Dig in and fill your hearts with gratitude. Is that? Jaha. Is that Gabon? We know that laugh. We know that laugh for sure. Also, some of these flags, I'm pretty sure Dude, I wish I recognized all the flags in the ships, but for sure, I'm excited to watch some videos of everyone breaking down, like, we've seen this ship, we've seen this ship, we've seen these ships. Oh man, okay. If these good folks ever are in a pinch, it will be our job to return the favor with all of our might. Remember, this tiny world is ours to share. Queen Estrid continued to publicly declare that the plagues suffered by Elbaf were brought on by the accursed prince right up until the eve of Harold's return. She denounced her son with bitter hatred until her final anguished breath. And we have here Harold in front of the memorial of Queen Estrid, crying tears. Bro. They really did gouge his eyes out. Originally I was thinking like, oh, the bandage was just because Loki was maybe ashamed of his eyes or something. No, they gouged him out. God, well, good riddance, Queen Estrid. Naturally, the people believed her passing was part of the curse. And then we have Harold holding up his son, celebrating, Loki, my son. He was born with a condition that affects his eyes. Well, he could see, but... I understand. What a pity. He can't even smile for me. I guess it makes sense. He did just lose his mother. At only a few months old, Loki had given up on love. Oh. And he doesn't know that she wanted his eyes gouged out. Because he's saying, because the guys are like, oh, he was born with a condition that affects his eyes. That's why there's bandages on it. But he hasn't actually checked. Because I feel like she would, yeah. You sure have a lot of scrapes. No, those are. Harold's diplomacy soon started to bear fruit, and Elbaf's winter finally came to a close. Branch 1 route. That's right, it'll help build inter-village trade and communication. Restoring the fractured nation and venturing across the seas continued to prioritize while other things became an afterthought. And then we have a guy calling Loki a freak. Estrid's older brother was appointed as Loki's personal steward. Why are they making all these bad decisions? All right, then we have Harrodin here and Ida. This is the realm of the dead. Isn't it dangerous? The coastline keeps this area separate, so the beasts won't come near. And then Ida's like, you're so cute when you're worried. And she's just pinching Harrodin's cheek as he's like just pouting. Don't you have training with Elbow from West Village? You should head back. This is Ida's Tavern, you hear? Fishermen, castaways, and even pirates. I'm ready for any and all customers. With any luck, I'll be able to help Harold. 56 years ago, Jarl's house. You were at the scene of the reverie incident, Harold. Yeah, my friend was one of the invited kings. He smuggled me as one of his guards. I couldn't ask the questions I wanted to without my cover being blown. If that murder hadn't happened, I might have been exposed. A murder happening 56 years ago in Marijois. Interesting. Rocks? Roger? Okay. This is very fascinating. If you were caught, all this would be the least of your worries. Haven't you heard the tale of the Galra Warhammer Company? The kanji is Great Hammer Battalion. The Furigana might spin it as Galila. Okay, so they're talking about the Galila. All right. They're that gruff troop of giant shipwrights that armed themselves with warhammers, right? I thought they were just a myth. Oh, so it's a giant's version of Galila. No, Jarl's like, no, they existed. They really did travel far and wide, sending letters back to Elbath. I received the final letter myself. It said they have all been captured. Can you believe it's been over 100 warriors were taken prisoner, including ancient giants? And then we kind of see the group of, like a shadowy group of giants here. One of them looks like they have like either Oimo or Kashi's like helmet. And then the one in the far back, maybe Oars? I don't know. Very, very interesting. You think the world government was responsible? There is no doubt that they faced a great enemy. However, they sank deep into the ocean at a certain point in history, to be blunt. There's probably a deeper reason why your ideals haven't worked out, and it has nothing to do with you. Lingering animosity, huh? These are just rumors, but I also heard a story about a frozen army of giants somewhere. It seems our people are regarded as enemies of the larger world. Clearly, but I've already resolved to face any hurdle. Frozen enemies of... Okay, a story about a frozen army of giants somewhere. Now, I just think back to... There was that... I don't know at what point we saw this in the story. But it was with Emu holding a giant straw hat in this frozen underground place in Marijois. Interesting. The Horse of Fortune died. The steward's body was in the realm of the dead. This is a disaster. King Harold's already left on his voyage. They're coming. Close the doors and get the children inside. The villages drew closer in terms of trade and identity, and the nation stood together. For the giant race to become welcome all over the grand world. Well, you look thrilled, Harrodin. Is it because you're illegitimate? Illegitimate? Prince Loki is the true heir, right? You're just an illegitimate throwaway. Beat him up! Oh, beat all of them up, guys! This is Elbath, the world's strongest country. We don't need weaklings here. Loki, driven by scorn, unleashes chaos onto Elbath. Wow. I mean, look, it's like, yes, Loki shouldn't do this, but at the same time, I don't blame him because all he has known is just torment and pain and suffering on Elbath, and he's like, I just need to release it. I need to pay everyone back. So everyone's running away. He laughed at the feeble as they ran. Hey, Loki. Uh-oh. Oh, Harrodin's here. Dad went through a hell to rebuild this village. Do you think you get to call my father Dad? I don't get why everyone respects him. He's dumb for trying to play nice with those human insects. That's crap. We should all try to see from each other's perspectives. Don't get cocky just because you're big. Being cocky is my right as king, or as prince. Don't you dare talk back to me, runt. And then he just clubs Harrodin. Everyone's like, Harrodin, stay back, Gerd. He thinks you're his friend. Loki will hit you next. We're his friends, you dummy. Goldberg is like, wait, Gerd, don't go. Loki might think you're friends with Harrodin. You're like, we're friends with Harrodin. Harrodin, he needs first aid. Harrodin, are you okay? And then Loki's like, yeah, you're so pathetic I can puke, Harrodin. You're just a group of weaklings huddled together. It's 'cause of your mom's filthy blood. Young master, that's going too far. He's still the son of a king. He's also a don't call him prince. Loki spread pain and destruction, but nothing he did filled the hole in his heart. Bro. Okay, so they did not gouge his eyes out. But the fact that he just has his tantrum and then just goes back to just cry, telling himself that I can't even die. Because he just saw like this mother holding her son. Damn. What's the deal with this island? Where's the welcome committee? And then we have bears. Oh, we found one. Look, it's a giant whelp. This is definitely Elbath. Oh, the Rox is here. This brat's got one hell of a devil face. And that Shiki saying this, I know, but a giant? But isn't he a bit too big? Hey kid, why are you crying? All right, kid. You better say yes to both these questions. I ain't the type to take no for an answer. I think we're seeing Rox's face right now. Oh my god. I'm just trying to read the dialogue before we look at his face. Harold spotted this particular man 8 years ago during the reverie. He single-handedly killed a Navy HQ admiral and vanished without a trace. This feat earned him a massive bounty and the government ire. First off, this is the Elbath land of the giants. Rox D. Zebek. Oh, second, we'll find Harold here. Holy! Oh my god! And he looks so much like Blackbeard. Oh my god, dude. So, we finally get to see Rox and he looks so sick. Future captain of the Rox Pirates, father of Emperor Blackbeard. Oh my god! Oh my god! Dude, what a reveal! The build-up! Oh my god! The freaking build-up, man! Absolutely freaking cinema. Absolutely amazing! Oh, wow. Wow! Okay. So, not only did he kill a Navy HQ admiral, vanish without a trace, Rox D. Zebek is Blackbeard's father. Wow. Did we ever know? Hold on a second. Am I like tricking myself somehow? No, yeah, Marshall D. Teach. That's crazy, dude. And oh my god, it's all connecting together. And the fact that Blackbeard was a part of Whitebeard's crew it's like, of course, because Whitebeard was a part of Rox's crew. Man, dude, awesome, freaking awesome. Oda, you absolute madman. Man, look, there obviously we have these sad moments of like we're having these sad moments of Loki wanting to die, and he comes but we just can't. We can't. He's finally here. Like Rox is finally here. I'm so sorry, Loki, but we're getting a Rox. Like I can't. It's just I can't believe that the Loki backstory is now like, oh yeah, by the way, introducing Roxy Zamek's backstory here, the father of the Emperor Blackbeard. Holy. Oh my god. Hey, look, I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I forgot everything else that happened in this chapter, quite frankly. And to be perfectly honest, all I care about is Rox at this point. Man, it's really cool that we are getting information about Loki, but now that Astrid is finally dead, yes, hell yeah, the witch is dead, ding dong, the witch is dead. I am so excited to see how much Loki is going to be shaped by Rox. Man, oh man, thank you all for joining me for an incredible oh my god. Oh, that's so good.